Hey, this is Chris. I'm going to attempt to do a run through of Galaxy Trucker now. Should be interesting because I've got to do two people with only one hand in this, which is a bit weird. I've left these components here just because it doesn't matter really. Um, I'll also try and use a couple of the expansion cards. I won't be able to use support teams because I'm only going to do the first round ship. Support teams you start from the second, you do second, third, fourth round if you're doing those. So the first thing to set up is first of all the adventure deck, which is going to be interesting to shuffle. I don't really know how to shuffle without hands, but this seems like a way. So, as I said in the introduction video, there's two cards to each of these little sections. And those are the adventure cards for this round. If I was playing with one of the things I could do instead of looking at tiles, I could, as I said before, look at two of these. So say this player on the side had seen that these two cards were going to be in the race, they would know that there was two open space cards to expect. I'm also going to use, because I wanted to show as many things as possible, Evil Machinations cards. So each player gets four of these, and they'll get to pick one each round, which they can put into the race. And also one rough road card. So let's cut the deck, and parasites are going to be in this particular game. So let's have a quick look at that to start with. Okie dokie. So with this one, whenever a small meteor bounces off a component, it leaves a parasite which runs around the ship and causes havoc. I'll have to try and remember that that's in the game. And before the race, the players will get to look at their Evil Machinations cards. I'm just going to pick them pretty much randomly. So normally you'd look at all of these and decide on one. I'm just going to arbitrarily pick one. So this person definitely wants to try and get the best looking ship. And biggest, in fact. And they'll be putting that into the adventure. I'm not sure where you put this, but let's just put it there for now. So that's their one to be in for this round. And the other player is going to go for something a bit different. They are going to looks fun. So this player is going to try and plan around the fact that there's going to be a customs inspection at some point during the game. And each player is going to have to pay 1 credit for each block of goods aboard. I'm not sure, I can't remember if you put the Evil Machinations cards in at the start of your end, but you can see how each player can choose things and they can plan their ship around it. So this person's going to be trying their best to get a big ship, even if they have to put some really pointless components in. This player is going to be trying their best to find ways to make credits with what's on the ship, with luxury crew or the like, having as little cargo as possible so they don't lose a load of credits with the cargo inspection, or to make sure they don't fill up until the cargo inspection has already happened. I think that's about it as far as setup's going to be concerned for this particular one. So let's get to it. I've got blue and green as the two players here. So I'm going to do a bit of dodging here and there because I'm trying to make it look like I'm doing one person's turn over the others. Normally everyone's going real time, so you'd have two hands going in at the same time and going for different tiles and trying to take them off each other and etc. etc. So the game starts when the boldest player says go, which in this case is going to be blue. Go! Oops, sorry. When you reveal a tile, you've got to put it back face up. Oh, there's a cargo module, which this player likes the look of. Crew module, sorry. Auto defenses will be good against the parasite intruder, which came up as well. So Put that in as well. I'm just going to sort of do two for each and see where I get from that. I'll just do a few. Something you can do in this game is if you see a component you like it, you can put it into your penalty zone. You can store it to 2 here while you're building. And while you're building, you can take these and you can put them onto your ship to get them back out again. So you can sort of reserve it so no one else can take that off you if you've put it there. But you've got to remember that you do need to build it onto your ship, otherwise it's going to stay in the penalty zone. It's going to act as a negative later on when it comes to counting up, that kind of thing. That's a nice component. He's going to store that. He's also going to build this engine he just found. Oh, and there's an engine for this guy. He's going to store that because he can't get to. He might just build it there actually. That seems like a cool idea. I'm not really building to any kind of particular setup right at the moment. Trying to build a vaguely decent ship for each of these guys, but I can't promise it's going to be particularly effective. Sorry about this. It's quite difficult to. It's pretty. I don't know. I don't know if there's actually really any way that I can properly simulate a fast game of this properly. We can go there. Oh no, we can't fit that one in as well. So this cargo seems a good idea. You can put this from his penalty zone, which he stored earlier, into that position there. Why not? And might put this there. Just lets him get away with putting a thruster in here. So as you can see, I put crew modules next to each other already here. That's fine because it's just a first round of this, unless extra encounters come up. So hopefully I'll get away with that. Put some more auto defenses in against those parasites. More engines. Ooh, didn't notice that. That's some power to keep things powered, and you can put this cargo in. Defensive one with some indestructible shielding on the side. I kind of want some more engines for this this player if I can. You usually have to hold the pieces over your board before you flip them. I'm just being a little bit quick because trying to show that things can get pretty hectic. It's a difficult thing to show in this particular case because obviously I'm just doing it as a kind of solo game at the moment. Oh, that was a bit of a mistake. That's going to make that awkward to put onto my ship, but so that lets this character get alien into their ship. Ooh, get another laser on. Bit of a crew obsession here. Wasn't really deliberate. It's just how I went. Ooh, a shield. It's definitely going to be build the shield if you can get away with it. Oh, this seems like a good idea there. I need to get this laser built somewhere as well, so I'm going to go ahead and put that there. Batteries to power those components. Apologies if I've got somewhat horrible sounding breathing today. I've got a bit of a bug of some kind. Ooh. So this guy's going to ignore this luxury crew, but this player is going to grab it because he knows about the cargo limits, which is why he's not bothered building any cargo. Definitely not just because I forgot. So he's going to just, even though it's got lots of exposed connectors, he's going to chuck it on the front of his ship and hope that this somehow survives. He's got a shield, he might be able to defend with it. And hope for the best there. And this guy's trying to get an attractive ship over anything else. So, oh, in fact, oh no, he's not quite finished. This, oh, there we go. There we go. This player can finish off his ship right there. It's a bit of a pointless component. He finishes it. Well, he could finish without doing that, and he could just say he's doing it. He's going to say he's finished. At that point, he's going to flip the timer into the start position. He's going to make the other player rush a bit, take the first player token so that he'll be first in the marker on the race. And this player is now very limited on what he can do, and he's got to try and finish off his ship before the timer runs out. This engine will fit in there. Oops. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't have any of those on there. So you'll realise in this case, this guy's got himself in quite an awkward situation because he's got to get a bend there. Because he's trying to go for an attractive ship, he wants to have a component which doesn't have any exposed connectors there if possible. So I'm trying to find something which fits. Oh, there we go. So there's a double laser which fits facing that way. It's a bit pointless because there's already this and there, but what can you do? That's what fits. He's going to then grab the second player token, and this time it no longer matters. Both players are finished. Sorry about that, I accidentally ended the video. It was a bit pointless. So both players are finished. This player's come in first, this player's finished in second, and they show that by grabbing the ship of their colour. So it was green came first. The green starts in the little red space, and then blue starts one spaces further down the line. Ooh. Okay, none of them looked at these cards, so they don't know what's coming up. Although they do know what ones of the evil cards they're going to be putting in. So what you do is you grab all these cards, shuffle them in some way. And then the way the evil machinations work is you take the top quarter of the deck off, so essentially 2 in this case, the bottom quarter of the deck off, then the middle 4 have the 2 special cards shuffled into them. I've not really got any way to do this randomly when I'm looking directly at what I'm shuffling, but let's not shuffle those in motion. Sorry, I just destroyed the shit. Act of God. Sorry about that. That's not something which usually happens. Oh, there's the other one. I think I've put that together wrongly, but I've made sure it's all valid anyway. If at this point there was any components which weren't connected properly, each player inspects each other's ship. Ooh, I missed a component off. Oh well. So say this was how they'd finished ship. Say that this component was like that, for example, that would be considered invalid, and immediately after the building phase, this would go to the penalty area. If it was noticed partway through the race, then they'd also lose a credit for their mistake. So it's a good thing to try and avoid making those kind of mistakes. Or if you do make a mistake, just say it straight away and lose the credit straight up, because you'll get a bigger loss later on. Once you've shuffled these middle cards, you put the top ones back on and the bottom 2 back on, And that essentially means there's at least 2 in the first round of normal cards before you can hit the problematic ones, so you know what to plan for during the race. Okay, so let's see how that goes out. Just find anywhere really to have the deck of cards which you're playing from, and then the way the race phase works is you just draw a card, evaluate its effects, and you work your way until the deck is run out and you finish the race, or indeed everyone's managed to get eliminated. So the first thing is an abandoned ship. You can lose 3 crew to get 4 credits and lose a flight day. Before that even, players will populate their ships with anything they've picked up. So there's a luxury crewman here, 2 normal crew here. Sorry about this, this will just take a minute or two while I'm putting these in. He's got some lying down crew. Two in his center module. And there's less crew on the other ship. And this guy just has 2 in his main module. And he's going to take a bit of a risk. He's going to have a laser alien in this one. So he's only got 3 crew, this guy. He's living on the edge a little bit, whereas this guy has an absolute ton. Green's first on the track. Green's in front of blue. So, sorry, not finished putting these out yet. There's also the power tokens to distribute. Lots of power on this ship over here. And you'll see, I mentioned there can be some combination components, so this is power and cargo location, so you get both. Okay, I think I've put everything onto the ships now. Right, so now let's, now that's when you'll start the race. So first thing which the players come across an abandoned ship, starting with the green player, and he can choose to give up 3 crew to gain 4 credits. He's definitely going to do this. This is why he got lots of crew as an alternative method of getting any crew credits, because of the cargo inspection. He knows it's just coming up, so he's going to give up 3 of these crew to the supply and take 4 credits. So he's now winning because he's got more credits to go with. He loses 1 flight day. And then the other player won't get a chance to do this because he's already done it. There's only 1 of these in a 2-player game. If it was in a 5-player game, the second person would get a chance at the abandoned ship. They'd only have to give up 2 crew, but they'd only get 3 credits. And this guy is then going to activate his stasis chamber to wake up some crew to replace all these compartments here. Fill them back up, leaving 1 still asleep. Next card, a Meteor Swarm. So for Meteor Swarm, the leading player, which is still green, still 1 in front, rolls the dice for where these meteors hit. So first of all, there's a big meteor. It's going to come down column 8. So you look down here, it's going to hit 8. It's got no lasers or anything to defend against it, and a shield can't defend against big incoming hits. So he's going to lose a shield. It's practically might as well not have built it. And this goes into his penalty zone. This player, on the other hand, can do something about it. So for this player, it's going to come in column 8 again. His thrusters can push the ship that direction and make it hit in this column instead. So he's going to go ahead. If I lose that component, I lose all of these though. No, he's going to let it hit. He's going to let this hit. He's going to let it take out the thruster, and he's just going to hope for the best. Another meteor. Let's turn to column 7. Now this time it's a little meteor. So if there is an exposed connector, like in this case, this guy's going to lose him because he's got connectors showing. He's going to lose this component and lose the crew. Now column 7 for this guy, he's got a laser, and the laser just shoots the meteor down, no problem, it's destroyed. And finally, there was one more big one. Down column 4. Column 4 is a miss on these ships. So the player's absolutely fine, no problem. Okay. Oop. Planets. So going for the first player, they can choose to take cargo if they want to. The cargo inspection's not come up yet, and you can see that it's impending. This could be it. This could be the other player's card. So this player is going to just say, no, I don't want any cargo, and leave the blue player rather confused. The blue player is going to just go ahead and take some. And he'll take his spare ship from over there, and he'll place it on the planet he's taking. He's going to go for... This one's more valuable at the moment, I think. No, he'll go for this one because it's 2 valuable cargo. He's going to go for 2 yellows. And he'll distribute them on his ship, somewhere which he thinks is safe. And for that, he loses 3 flight days. He moves further back. And then this is removed when he does that. Okie dokie. So the first one of these cards, and straight away it is indeed the customs inspections. Each player must pay 1 credit for each block of goods aboard. This guy's got absolutely none. He planned for that to happen. This guy's got 2 blocks of cargo, so he's going to have to pay 2 credits. I'm not sure if we were supposed to start with some, but in this case, I'm just going to go ahead and use the loan tokens. So he needs to pay 2, so he's going to have to grab one of these, which is 10 credits temporarily, but he has to pay 12 to get rid of it later on. So I'm not exactly sure how it works, but I'm going to do it this way. So he's got these 10, but he's going to have to give up 12 later on. And he's going to go ahead and pay his 2 for his cargo hold. I think that might be how it works. Okay, and then they're going to go ahead and go to the next credit, and he's going to realise now that the reason this guy didn't take any cargo is because of that card which was coming up. And there's more planets. That's lucky, because this guy now knows there's no more cargo inspection. He can go ahead and take some cargo. He's got 2 spaces, so he's going to go for the 2 greens, because that's worth 2 times 2 credits. He'll get 4 from that. He'd only get 3 if he took the yellow. He's going to go take those. And this character, blue, is then going to go ahead. Oop, forgot to put on that. And blue is then going to choose the yellow. So yellow again is worth most. He's just going to try and hoard yellows if he can. Put it in the shielded position. Then both ships were going to lose two flight days. I'll show. Normally I wouldn't bother with 2 flight days because, as I said, this track's just position in the introduction. This track is just a position that they both move back to. It doesn't make a difference. But you always move the person back first. So who goes back 2? This will go back 2. And it doesn't actually change their position, so it didn't really need to be done. That's that. Then open space. So this is where players get a chance to compare their engine strength and move forwards on the track. So going for the player in the lead, he decides first if he wants to spend any power. So he's got a double engine and 2 normal engines. He's going to... Well, he can see that the other player has only got 2 engines in his ship, so he's not going to bother spending power. He'd rather save it for using... Oh, actually... But yeah, all he can spend his power on is these double lasers and these double engines. So he's just going to go ahead and spend the power. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces. Now he's absolutely flying into the lead. And blue only has 2 engines, so he's going to go 2. Feel bad that he didn't build more engines. Open space again. This time he's not going to bother, so green's going to go forwards 2. Blue can't spend any power on him, he can only go forwards 2. Big ship bonus. The player whose ship has the most components, so the fewest empty squares, gets a bonus equal to the bonus of best looking ship, which is the 2 credits bonus here. So this player who knew about that card has managed to leave only 1 space while he had a piece knocked off. This player, who, well, partly because I knocked off some of the pieces off the board by accident, has 3 missing spaces, so the player with the most there is going to get the bonus, and that's just 2 credits, as I said before. He's working his way back towards being able to pay off that loan. Next up is an abandoned station. If the player has 5 crew, they can get a yellow cargo and a green cargo, lose a flight day. Green's way ahead, so he's going to go. He's got the first chance of this. He's easily got 5 crew, and partly just to deny the other player, he's just going to get 1 cargo to replace one of these greens. He's just going to throw out the green, chuck it out the airlock, and replace it with a yellow. It's worth 1 more credit to him, and it stops the other player from getting a chance at it. He's going to lose 1 flight day for that, which he doesn't mind because he's miles ahead anyway. Then there's the last adventure card, which is Smugglers. So for this you need 4 lasers, otherwise you're going to lose 2 cargo. If you manage to beat them, you gain this. Now this player has got lots of engines and such, and auto defences. Sorry, I just realised we got meteors, but it didn't actually matter. The parasites never actually came into effect because no little meteor ever bounced off. It broke a component off for 1 and it got shot down by the other, so no problem. With Smugglers, this player counts up his laser strength. He's got 1. Lasers on the sides only count half, so even if he activates this, it only counts as 2 divided by 2, so it only counts as 1. So he's only got a laser strength of 2, and he's going to lose 2 cargo. So his precious cargo he just spent some time getting are gone. Loses back to the supply. This player, who built a bit more on the lasers side, has 1, 2, and this alien which he gambled, and he never needed the extra crew anyway, gives him an extra 2 as an overall because he's got at least 1. So he's got 1, 2, 3, 4. That counts as a half, so he's got 4.5. So he's already on the 4. He doesn't need to spend any power. This is the last card, so he's going to do it anyway, just to rub it in the other player's face. So he's now got 5.5 laser strength, and he beats the Smugglers. And he gains a yellow, a green, and a blue, which he's only got space for the yellow. He's got this cargo hold up here. And he's done at that. He's happy at that. And he loses 1 flight day for that. Doesn't care, it's the last card anyway, and he's behind anyway. So that's that. Then, at the end of a race, players receive credits for various things they've managed. So first of all, the player at the front gets 4 credits, and the player behind gets 3. So 4 credits to green, and 3 credits go to blue. Player with the least exposed components gets 2 credits. So he's just got 1. He's got 2. 3, 4. So it's definitely this player wins that one. At this point, this player is just going to go ahead and right, that'll pay back his loan. He gets rid of this horrible -12 card. Yep, so he's got on that bonus. Then any players with cargo, which this guy's got none, and he also lost his luxury crew member, pays off. Each player sells their cargo. He's got an absolute ton. He managed to get away with getting all of this despite being at the back. So as you can see, while you might think it's good to finish first and rush finishing your ship and having lots of engines, if you get into the lead but you don't have the correct components to hold the cargo or to have enough laser strength, you're going to end up losing it, and it doesn't work so well. So you've got to get a good balance. You've got to make sure you take enough time to get a well-balanced ship, and try not to rush too much unless you can get away with it. So this is 4 cubes, which are 3 each, and he gets 12 credits. Then each player pays for any which they've got in here. He's got 2 broken off, so he's going to pay 2 credits. This player's got 1 broken off, so he's going to pay 1 credit. That's that. So at the end of this first round, blue is on 14 credits and green is only on 6. So blue's winning at this point in the game. Might change. For the next round, what you'd do is you'd take all of these things off the board. keep your centre module aside. Oops. That was unintentional. Drop all your components back. Flip your board to the 2 side. Put your piece in the middle. All the players would do that, and then you'll play again with the level 2 board, level 3, level 4. And if you've got expansions, you might choose to use some of the other special ones. You might get 2B or one of the other boards, which I talked about in the introduction video, which I posted earlier. So that's that. I hope this has been helpful to someone. This is an absolutely brilliant game, which I think anyone will enjoy. Also, if we went into a second round, we'd also each get a support team. So blue might get a hyper-G meter. For the second round, they only get A. In the third round, they get A and B. And if they do a fourth round, they'll get a second card with another A on it. So in this case, 1 cannon and 1 engine do not have to follow the empty square rule. So they don't have to have an empty square in front of them. They could have... That player could happily have a thing in front of them. And green might also then have a delivery man, where after building, they may use one of their part tokens to convert one of their ship's components to the type shown on the token. I'll show you those actually. So that would mean they'd... Oh. Okay, I won't show you them. There's some tokens which you can use to place on top of other tokens to change what they are. They're in the box. I didn't get them out because I wasn't thinking I was going to use support teams. And that's that. Each player. Oh yeah, and also on the next round, each player would pick another Evil Machination card to go into the deck. That would be that. Okay. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed these videos. If you are interested in a run through of any of my other games, quickly do this. If you're interested in me doing a run through of any of these, there's one there as well. Just give me let me know in the comments, and I'll try and prioritize doing that for anything else. Cool. Thank you very much for watching. Have a nice day.